everybody. It is October 22nd, 2019, week 106 of my bulk, I believe, aka last week of my bulk. So I'm hitting this day, get one more upper body day I'm doing, that's gonna be it. Then I'm gonna start my cut. 225 on the bar for deads, 10 rep goal, I've got 9 last time, so I really like to hit this, 225 for 10. That's always my rep goal on deads. I like to just really hit that little milestone, whatever you want to call it, before I start my cut. That'd be nice. So here we go. Just gonna pop it down here from the side, that way I can watch my form and see if we can make some gains. I got a scab right here. I'm hoping it doesn't rip up. I got this while hiking. If that video's up, I'll pop it up. Let me see. Up here. Went and hiked. It was actually the tallest mountain completely inside South Carolina, but it's pretty good and it's healing up quite nicely. So you really want to drive the bar right up your shins to be the most powerful. And warming up, I've been kind of coming off a little bit so I wouldn't hit it, but I may just go ahead and drive it up, and if it hits it, oh well, just cause, you know what I'm saying? This is my last few workouts in the surplus. I just want to go ahead and give it my all, basically. Even if it rips the scab a little bit, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. All right, let's get it. $225. I weighed in at 187.2, and yesterday's weigh-in was 186. It's Tuesday, and last week's weekly average was 186.6. So that's pretty much where I'm sitting. It's better to go off the averages, not just the day-by-day numbers. All right, let's get it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Could have honestly went 11, 100%, maybe 12. Now when I went that 225 for 9, pretty sure I paused a good bit longer a couple times in there. And I actually paused because I needed a quick little rest, I believe, on those. But this one, it's very good to, just because you take a split little pause at the bottom, it's not bad during deadlifting, because it's good to reset your grip sometimes. Like once the bar was starting to get really low in my hands, or lower, it's not very ideal. I want a good firm grip on it. So when I come down, you just open your hand up, close it back to get a firm grip, and you see I basically took no rest at the bottom. Just come down, open my hands, close my hands, come right back up. And that's how I wanted to do it. I didn't want to take any kind of rest at the bottom. I wanted to see if I could basically get it. Continuous reps. And until I perform an exercise like that, where it's continuous reps, no rest in between, I don't consider that I really passed that weight for those reps, right? So I consider that a pass because the reps were continuous, even though I did come down to reset my hands. That's not a rest. Sometimes I have come down, reset for like, a second or two, like take a quick little breath, and then come back up. This was like that. And Yes, I could have got more, but I don't want to like tax my grip and everything too crazy off too much, because I want to come back Thursday, Friday, the absolute latest, hit my last upper body workout in a surplus, and really trying to hit another good PR with the 80-pound dumbbells, which are the biggest ones in the gym. So I believe I've gotten 7 with them so far, so I want to try to get 8, 9, whatever I can get over 7, or not really, I won't ever say, or I was gonna say, or control it way better and get 7. But I believe I controlled it very well last time, but you can always control the weight a little bit better. So ideally I would control better and get 8 or 9. So that's what I'm really stoked for. And I was thinking, okay, yeah, I could have ended my ball. I was planning to go 104 weeks of bulk, right? Scab update. It really only hit my scab on the way. When I was dropping the weight back down my knee, it was hitting a little bit of the top, but didn't bother at all coming up. It was like just far enough on that side because the bars coming like right, bam, barely hitting the side, so it was good. But I was thinking, now originally I was gonna start the bulk when I got to 185. Well, I was like, well shit, this is 100 weeks or 101 weeks. I'm just gonna go and do 104 weeks because that's 2 years. You know, so I'm gonna do a 2-year flat because I just like that, that's exactly 2-year bulk. And then the 104th week of my bulk was the week leading up to, so just say this Monday to Sunday was the last 104th week. Well, the 105th week, I had a show Saturday, I left town Sunday morning, was going all the way until Friday afternoon. So I basically didn't lift for almost a whole week. I'm not gonna start my cut when I'm basically not gonna lift for a whole week, see what I'm saying? So that's why I kept the bulk going until this, the week after that 105th one is 106, which now I'm saying I decided I'm gonna go ahead and finish my routine out because I only got 2 more days, which I was gonna do a full body day, but sometimes I split my full body days up. I wanna go ahead and make the deadlift a day on its own. Did that today, and now I got 1 more day, my last. Again, it could be a full body day 4 or upper body day 4. I'm gonna make it an upper body day 4. Well, depending, I may throw squats in it, it just depends how my legs feel. But I was thinking, hitting this PR and hitting another PR on other exercises before I switch into a cut. How much gains am I really making on that? Very minuscule, because still in the grand scheme of everything, it's still just, now it's still muscle gains. Now don't forget basically, or just neglect that it is still gains. Like I'm still growing off that. My body is still gonna synthesize and build new muscle, new muscle fibers, protein. I'm gonna get bigger off this thing. I got stronger off of it, right? So my nervous system's getting stronger, muscle's getting stronger, aka bigger. So there is gains there, but again, it's only a 1 workout gain. So it is a super minuscule amount of gain because it's still 1 workout, right? It's just the progress, the gains off of 1 single workout. But again, I want to just finish out my cycle. That's why it's a nice, I'm just not starting in half of my cycle. It's a nice clean ending, kind of like the 104 weeks of the bulk. Nice 2-year ending. Now this is the ending of my cycle here. So, and I really wanted to hit 225 for 10. Like I said, a little milestone. I like that. I actually could have got more for sure. For perfect form. And then on my upper body day coming back, I said maybe a full body, but upper body is a now. I really want to hit those PRs too with the 80s. I want to try to push that to 8 or 9. And again, how much gains are we making? Very minuscule, because it's only as much gains as you can make from workout, but it's still gains, right? So it's still gains. Well, so yeah, I could have easily started my cut right when I got back from the show or something and just started wherever I was at. I got 5-day splits or wherever I was at in my split. But like I said, I just wanted to end it on the clean note all the way through it. And then when I start back over on my cycle here, the first week in a caloric deficit or at near maintenance, because I'm not going to drop. You don't need to drop your calories like crazy. I'm eating at 3,100 calories when I'm kind of like not very active at all in a day, and I'm not lifting in a day, and I want to make sure my body's not like any spillover. When I lift, add another 150, 100 to 200 calories, If I'm super active in the day, you can add 300 calories or something extra over 3,100. Just depends. If I'm super active and I lift, you know, I'm adding a lot more on there, right? Maybe 400 calories, 450, something like that, right? That way, I'm making up for the calories I burn, putting just a little bit over in. And then you have to monitor your weight. Okay, if I got a couple days, weigh-in's a little bit too high, you know, you knock it back down a little bit. And then it makes the weekly average come out to where you want it to be. My weight gain goal for this whole bulk was half a pound a week. And I believe last time I averaged it up, it was like 0.26 pounds a week, or 0.3 or 29 pounds or 36 pounds. But doing it naturally and like doing a lean bulk like this, naturally is better. The longer you can stay in a caloric surplus, the better it is for your gains, the better it is for your physique, right? Your strength, everything. So by gaining just that, you know, quarter of a pound every week, that's just good quality ass muscle. Because I've only put on, say, 32 pounds of weight after it's all said and done. You can calculate 106 weeks and 36 pounds, or no, 32 pounds, 32 pounds. That's not a lot of weight gain in 2 years, but I'm saying my strength steady been going up, so therefore I'm building muscle because I'm not just throwing weights around, I'm consciously putting the tension on the muscles I want to grow when I'm doing exercises. So I know those muscles are growing because I'm getting sore there as well too, and I feel it there. So I know the muscles have been growing. I'm basically as strong as I've ever been. You know, so I've pretty much got to be the most muscular I've ever been. And I did do a 185 bulk a long time ago, but again, I wouldn't have had as much muscle. But I would say it's the heaviest. This is technically probably about the heaviest. This is the heaviest I've ever been by a couple pounds, or a pound and a half or so. But I forget where I was going with that until I went up another tangent. I don't know if I was saying something that was leading up to something and I got off another tangent. But feels great making gains. I'll probably drop down to, honestly, I'll start losing weight, honestly, if I just drop down to 2,900 calories. If I just start eating at 3,000 calories, just 100 calories off every day. If I start doing that, I start dropping weight, like no doubt. That's another great thing about being in this surplus for so long is, you know, my body just slowly, the metabolism just creeps up ever so slightly because I'm just constantly overfeeding myself a tiny bit. And that's what I'm saying, like, because the more you're in a surplus, that's when you can actually get stronger, right? That's when you can actually grow muscle. But the longer you can be in that state as a natural, the better. So that's what I really took to heart this bulk. If I gained a pound a week every week, my bulk would have been just say 30 weeks. Gain half a pound a week, your bulk's 60 weeks. Gain a quarter of a pound a week, your bulk's 120 weeks. You see what I'm saying? So you get all that extra time to be in a surplus, and then that means every quarter pound I'm putting on, so every month I'm putting on a pound. But I'm only putting on a quarter pound at a time, right? Or 3/10 of a pound, wherever it comes. It's like a very small number like that. So much of that weight I'm putting on is just I would say way majority of muscle mass, little bit of fat on. Muscle mass, little bit of fat. Muscle mass, little bit of fat. Instead of opposed to muscle mass, decent amount of fat, muscle mass, decent amount of fat. And what that comes out to is you can't stay in a surplus as long, and you're not really building any more muscle because your body can only build so much muscle in a week, but you can put on a shit ton of fat in a week, right? So, and you don't have to get super fat, like I'm pretty damn juicy, but that's just something I committed to, right? And you don't have to get that, I don't say out of shape, but juicy, right? You don't have to lose your abs that much, but that's why it's really good to get super shredded. That's what I'm doing this time. As I start this cut, I'm getting as lean as I've ever been, and then I'm gonna go another bulk. Then that way, just say I started my bulk at 155, which I did. Just say I'm at 12% body fat starting my bulk. If I can get to 8% body fat, I've got all that time I could bulk up another 10 pounds and then be at where I used to start my bulk. You know what I'm saying? So you can bulk for longer and not get as fat, basically. All right, that's it. Doing some standing calf raises, stretching, getting out of here. Damn, gains feel good, and go feed my body.
I ain't gonna shit that. But I can't like whoop his ass either, you know what I mean? Because he lives with experience, man. You go through experience and then fuck up face. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be trying to press charges or something. My goddamn handprint took me on the side of his face. Slap the shit out of him. Yeah, my legs are popping out like crazy, man.
All right, that was 235.18. Got 230 for 20 last time, so it's kind of normal. Every time I add 5 pounds, it seems to drop it down about 2 reps. Damn good stimulation though.